I'm Holly, that's Ray, and this is our home, Sabado. Together, we've sailed the east coast of the United States, the Bahamas, and the Caribbean. We've seen some incredible things along the way, and now we're gearing up for the next leg of our circumnavigation, the Pacific. Subscribe to tag along on the adventure. It looks like a beautiful morning here in Panama City, but looks can be deceiving. This anchorage is right outside of the Panama Canal, which made it the perfect place for us to drop our anchor after our transit and celebrate. We're here, cheers! Cheers! Welcome to the Pacific!
Pacific Ocean! Yes!
But it gets really uncomfortable in here with all of the ship traffic. So we would love to get on a dock. There are 2 boat rallies in town right now that have fully booked up the marinas, but we found one a couple hours north that has space for us. So I think today we're going to raise our sails for the first time in the Pacific. There are so many boats out here. The pelicans are going nuts. Oh, you're huge! That's the biggest dolphin I've ever seen? Little breakfast underway. I am starving. Our wind has disappeared. We're gonna rig up the Jenniker and see what we can do. Gave us like a knot.
I mean, we only have like, what do we have, 5 knots of wind?
Yeah.
5 knots of wind, we're doing 3. So.
I'll take it. My mom is living her best life. Well, it was fun while it lasted. It looks like we're gonna be motoring the rest of the way. I don't know if you can see, but there's like patches of dark reddish brown water. And the pelicans are loving it. Do they get red tide here? Home sweet home. Until our crossing. Can you hear that? That's the wind blowing through all the regs. Or the local ghost, whatever you choose to believe. Well, my parents are officially back home in Texas, and Ray and I have submitted our applications for our long stay visa for French Polynesia. Typically, as Americans, we would only get 90 days to stay upon arrival, but we're hoping to stay longer so that we can take our time exploring. The woman who helped us at the embassy in Panama City told us it can take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to hear back on whether or not we got approved for the visa. So, as of today, it has been 3 weeks, which means it's time to start provisioning. Before I fully jump in, I want to just go into town and check out the stores, see what's available and where it's cheapest. First stop is Super 99, which is a 10-minute drive from the marina. This place is huge. Right off the bat, I'm noticing that everything is sold individually. Nothing is a value pack or a family size. Like, I don't have room to store 6 of these bottles. I need the big tub with the pump, you know? Second stop is El Rey, which is walking distance from Super 99. Ooh, looks like a fancy store. Okay, I had heard this place was great because of these buy 4 deals, but that isn't super helpful. Same problem with the soaps here. Oh, that's a good deal. Last stop is Reba Smith, which is a $2 taxi from Ray's. It's really busy in here. Look how nice the deli is. Lots of American brands here, but it's definitely more expensive than the other 2 stores. I would eat this entire thing in a day. Okay, I've learned a lot today, so now I'm going to work on my list. I always start by researching our destination. I want to know what's readily available, what do they grow in the area versus what's imported, because imported goods are typically going to be more expensive. Then I'll use this information to guide our numbers, so I'm not just provisioning for our time at sea. Okay, it's looking like booze is wildly expensive in French Polynesia, so are things like eggs. People are saying a whole chicken can cost anywhere from $18 to $25. But things like flour, sugar, and pasta are subsidized by the government and are therefore plentiful and pretty affordable. Once I'm happy with our list, I like to maximize our storage space. So I'm basically going to spend the next several days pulling everything out of every cabinet, drawer, storage compartment on this boat, and I like to clean it and then throw out anything we don't need. So that way I have a good idea of what storage space is available and what we already have before I go try and fill it. Alright, today is the day. I've got every shopping bag we own with me, and I've hired a van to take me around. Here's the before shot of the trunk. My goal is to get all of our dry, canned, and paper goods done today, and then I'll do the fresh stuff right before we depart. We've got 2 carts going here. $369.65. Not bad yet. Okay, here's my wad of receipts. I stopped doing the cart by cart updates because I got overwhelmed, but here is the final trunk shot. I don't know if you really realize how much stuff this actually is. Of course, I'm back while the power is out, and so we don't have AC. It's gonna be a sweaty afternoon. Here's the final haul. We've got hygiene and first aid products, booze, dry, canned, and paper goods. Now for the hard part, putting it all away. Shoot, I thought I was done with snacks. Where am I gonna put these? Hey Siri, remind me in 30 days that I have 3 bags of chips in the port aft closet. It's not a perfect process. AC is back on and we are back in business. I've gotten most of the easy stuff done, so like snacks, cartons of milk, nuts, instant meals, stuff like that is all put away, and now I'm moving on to dried goods like pasta, rice, flour, those sort of things. Here's my setup. Got my trusty food saver. Now, I hate to be the one to tell you this if you didn't already know, but your dried goods have bug eggs in them, specifically weevils, and it's the heat that allows them to hatch. So a lot of times if you're storing things in your air-conditioned pantry, you're not going to have this problem, but it's a big problem on boats. There are way tougher sailors out there than me who would tell you to just sift the bugs out of your flour before you use it, but I would rather not. So I'm vacuum sealing everything with a couple of bay leaves, which are supposed to repel pests. And typically I stop there, but since I'm planning on storing this stuff for a little bit longer than usual, I'm gonna freeze it for a few days, which should kill any eggs. Look how cute. And then because I am just a little bit crazy, once these are out of the freezer, I will be double bagging them with Ziplocs, because if we somehow manage to still get weevils, they'll gnaw through those vacuum seal bags and then they'll be in everything in all of your cabinets. So I like to be a little bit overcautious. Okay, let's talk about cans. I'm gonna start by writing a label on top of each can for a couple of reasons. One, there's a chance that these labels will wear off over time and you want to know what's in your cans if that happens. And two, a lot of these are going to be stored in compartments where I'm only seeing the top, so rather than having to lift every can out to see the label, it's just easier to be able to see it from above. Some people remove all of the labels off of all of their cans before storing them on their boat in the name of bug prevention, but I don't. So, do with that information what you will. There's a few different schools of thought when it comes to removing the labels on your cans. Bugs do like to lay their eggs in paper products, and cockroaches like to eat the glue. Nowadays though, depending on where you get your cans, most of them have plastic coated labels and super thin adhesive. There usually aren't globs of glue anymore. If you've already got bugs on your boat though, definitely remove the labels, but I never have and we've never had a problem. I might change my mind though as we start shopping in different areas, so. Alright, here's what's going in the bilge. I'm making sure everything is in a container, so if the labels do fall off, there's no chance of them traveling around and clogging a bilge pump or something. And then I've got this cabinet, which is like my easy access can, so I don't have to be going into the bilge every time I need a can of something. Okay, let's tally up the total. All right, drum roll please. We spent a total of $1,977.45. But a lot of the stuff is gonna last us, 6 months to even over a year. I mean, it includes things like extra toothbrushes and toothpaste and baking powder, just all of the staples. I feel pretty good about it. My original budget going into this was $2,000, so I went ahead and took the extra $30 that was left, and I picked up some items for us to donate along the way. I've got some coloring books for the kids, some feminine hygiene products, and just some other like little toys. I got some bubbles, a jump rope, stuff like that. I'm hoping we're gonna have some room left in the budget after our fresh food provision so that I can get maybe some clothes and some fishing gear to give away. We'll see. And I just want to take a minute to thank our patrons. Doing something like this has been a huge financial commitment, and it just feels really good to have some people in our corner helping us make it happen. So thank you guys, and that's all I've got for you this week. I'll see you next week.